Hi, my name is Nana and I'm from Crossfire. I first found out about Jesus when I was in primary school. I got sent to a Roman Catholic school. I remember sitting in mass, not really knowing what was going on. I kind of would feel that I had a relationship with God. I kind of believed in him, but it was never anything deeper than that. In that time growing up, it was quite difficult. My parents were really strict, really kind of traditional. They didn't really support me in anything that I was good at or like doing. It just got to the point that our relationship just completely broke down. One day there was a knock on my front door and there was a neighbor who came downstairs and he had a big table leg. And he wanted to fight me. He was going to fight me with this table leg. I didn't understand what was going on. So I went to my dad and I said, yo, what's going on? And my dad just walked past me. He let the guy in. And the guy was talking about how I was selling drugs. I was being really angry and abusive and violent to my parents. Just started shouting all this stuff out, which I found out that my dad had been telling him to make me look like the bad person. He didn't like the fact that I was kind of becoming independent and doing my own thing. So he just started spreading these rumors. I just got overwhelmed with this anger, this emotion, but sadness at the same time. So I remember there was a corridor door which separated the living room to the bedrooms. And I remember just punching this door. And my hands were bleeding. And I remember I could see my dad and I could see this guy on the other side. They called the police, put me in handcuffs, took me to the station. And basically when I'm in the station, they asked me questions, what happened, I explained to them. They just couldn't believe that this young person had been through that situation. They could totally understand what I went through. I told the police I'd never want to go back to that place again. And I was kind of put into care. A lot of my family stopped talking to me because my dad was still spreading these rumors. Even though I had really good relationship with friends, had a whole heap of friends, it was still quite lonely knowing that you haven't really got a family. A couple of weeks after that or so, I remember seeing my cousin on a bus and she was always asking me to come to church. And I was always kind of fobbing it off like, nah, not yet. So one night I said, look, okay, I'll just come. The pastor who was speaking was talking about stuff from the Bible which related to my situation I was going through. So I thought, wow, this is amazing. But it must be some kind of coincidence because I had never heard the Bible being used that way. And then I came back a few weeks later and it was the same thing. And every time I left church feeling like God was speaking directly into my life. Just hearing things about how I have a purpose helped completely take away all that loneliness that I was feeling at the time. And I see that from then, God had a plan for me. He knew exactly what he was doing. From that moment on, I kept going to church and I kept building on this relationship and I just felt my life completely changed. And sometimes it was really difficult to make the right choices. I could have got involved with a whole heap of stuff that some of my friends were doing in terms of illegal behavior. God just kind of kept me on a path away from all that, but still provided me everything that I kind of needed. I always have this hope, I always have this life, I always have this knowledge of knowing there's a Father, there's a God who created the universe who loves me and is with me in everything that I do. It's just the most amazing thing. Even when I don't have nothing, I still feel like I have everything.